Welcome to episode 8 of Rock the Boat with Richard Hagan here on Yachting International Radio, your weekly dose of boating industry news and opinions. This is the brand new Wajer 77 at 23.5 meters long or 77 foot, and with a beam of 5.8 meters or 19 feet, it has taken its place as the new flagship of the Dutch Yards fleet. The company says that the 77 combines, quote, a super yacht level finish with the signature Wajer innovations for maximum comfort, unquote. And they're not kidding. The features list includes any boater's top wish list of luxuries and amenities, including deck cooling, an automatic roof, an electrically adjustable deck layout, and room for every water toy you could possibly want. The accommodation on board is also a major selling point. There's enough room to sleep up to 9 people spread out across 4 cabins. Each cabin has its own ensuite bathroom and all cabins boast full standing headroom. There's also a crew cabin that sleeps too. Wajer says that its 77 is aimed at longer trips, and to meet this goal it has a 4,800 litre fuel tank, giving it a range of 400 nautical miles. There's only one engine option for this boat, and that is triple Volvo Penta IPS D13 1900 motors, which will give it a top speed of about 37 knots and a cruising speed of around 30 knots. The Wajer 77 was unveiled this week following a heavily hyped live stream. The theme of the reveal show was "The World Is Not Enough," and it was hosted in Amsterdam by the very entertaining American comedian Pep Rosenfeld. If you haven't watched it yet, I highly recommend it. According to various news outlets, the lucky owner of hull number 1 is American NFL star Tom Brady. He's said to have paid around $6 million for the new yacht, which will actually be an upgrade from his current ride, which is also a Wajer. It's a Wajer 55, so that's quite a committed customer. US brokerage MarineMax announced this week that it has acquired Wisconsin-based boat yacht KCS International Inc., better known as Cruisers Yachts. MarineMax said in a statement that the addition of the Cruisers Yachts product range to its portfolio would fill a gap left in 2018 when they lost the rights to the Sea Ray brand. According to their statement, Cruisers is recognized as one of the world's leading luxury yacht manufacturers. Their catalog currently includes models ranging from 33 foot to 60 foot in size, and all of them are built in America, which the company says is a major selling point for some of their customers. In the meantime, Cruisers has also announced the expansion of their production capacity following their purchase of a 20,000 square meter facility elsewhere in Wisconsin. This new factory space will allow the manufacturer to more than double its production capacity. Spanish commercial shipyard Astilleros Arman has launched its latest project, a massive super yacht named Wayfinder. Wayfinder is a 68-meter super yacht support vessel. Yes, you heard that correctly, a support vessel, or as some in the industry refer to them, a chase boat or shadow boat. Basically, it's designed to carry all the toys for an even bigger, fully custom mega yacht that is currently still in production. Rumor has it that that yacht is around 115 meters long, or nearly twice the length of Wayfinder, and that it's inbuilt with one of Europe's big 3 yards. According to Boats International, Wayfinder was designed by Incat Crowther and built by Astilleros Arman. It has a top speed of 21 knots and a cruising speed of 14 knots. Accommodation is for 12 guests in 6 cabins, and it's run by a crew of 18. This is actually the second such super yacht support vessel to come out of this shipyard. The first was Hodor, which was launched in 2019. Hodor is also a catamaran hull, and at 66 meters in length, it's only 2 meters shorter than Wayfinder, so they're very similar. Hodor is the shadow boat to the 87-meter super yacht Lonian, which was delivered by Fedship in 2018. One of my favorite design details of these two boats is the fact that both boats use the same Gothic-looking font for the design of both the boat names. And another fun touch is that the H on Hodor's helipad is spelled using the same font as the boat's name as well. Hodor's specs are similar to Wayfinder. It has a 22.5 knot top speed and a 14 knot cruise speed with a range of 5,000 nautical miles. It's run by a crew of 20, spread across 10 cabins, and it carries more super yacht toys than you could guess. Photos of Hodor when fully loaded show it carrying multiple quad bikes and off-road vehicles, an offshore racing power cat, a large center console power boat, a wakeboarding boat, a landing craft, and various other toys. It's really impressive. No word yet on when Wayfinder's mothership will be complete, or even when it was put into production or at which yard, but as soon as we know, I'll be sure to include it on a future show. French catamaran specialist manufacturer Fountaine Pajot announced this week that it would be the first boat yard to integrate a hydrogen fuel cell system into one of its catamarans. The new fuel cell system it's offering is called Rex H2 and was designed and manufactured by renewable energy developer EODev. It uses the latest in Toyota developed fuel cells and is apparently designed specifically to perform in marine environments. The company says that it will offer the new system with its existing Samana 59 sailing catamaran design. Rex H2 is capable of supplying up to 70 kilowatts worth of energy, and it's connected to a special 44 kilowatt hour battery that's also designed for marine use. The fuel cell package includes a battery, a cooling system, a distribution board, a hydrogen supply line, and a tank with capacity to store 7.5 kilograms of hydrogen. Additional optional tanks can be added to extend the range of the standard system. The Rex H2 system is designed to be compact and relatively autonomous, meaning that the boat owner is not required to be an expert in the technology in order to benefit from it. EODev says the system will perform better than an all-electric system. It has a service life of at least 15,000 hours and it emits zero noise and zero emissions. The first Samana 59 incorporating this new Rex H2 system is due for launch in early 2022. My final story for this week is all about orcas. Yes, orcas, also known as killer whales. According to a story on yachtingmonthly.com, skippers around Portugal and Spain have experienced a worrying series of what they're calling, quote, interactions, unquote, with orcas on the coastlines of both countries. Apparently there have been over 45 of these incidents in the past year alone, and it's actually become quite a serious problem, with several life-threatening emergencies having resulted. In one incident off the Portuguese coast, a Halcyon yacht's crew delivering a sailing catamaran had to be rescued after an orca damaged the rudder of the yacht and then spun it around 180 degrees. The crew caught the whole experience on video and posted it to their YouTube channel.
Can you hear them banging on our boat?
After hours of this, they eventually swam away. We checked for damage as best we could. Luckily, the steering was still functioning properly, and there was no water coming into the yacht.
They described it in typical understated British fashion as having been, quote, quite an ordeal, unquote. Let's just say that I would have used much more colourful language. When rescue services eventually arrived and put the yacht under tow, the orca returned and hit the boat repeatedly until the tow line broke. Teeth marks were later found on the yacht's keel, but fortunately the GRP hadn't been compromised. In another incident, an orca attacked a 47-foot sailing yacht for 45 minutes, only stopping once the yacht's engine was switched off. Fortunately, the rudder was still functional and they were able to reach port unassisted. However, upon inspection later on, the rudder was found to have sustained some damage. New guidelines have now been drawn up to assist skippers who might encounter the same group of orcas. I'll leave a link in the description if you'd like to read all of them in more detail, but if you're sailing in that part of the world, please take care and remember to keep your distance from these whales if you can. It's the law over there after all. Well, that's a wrap for this week's news. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please remember to give it a like and subscribe if you haven't yet. And when I'm not making these videos, I'm a marketing copywriter specializing in working with the boating industry. If you're tired of trying to explain to your writer why your boat or boating product is awesome, then it's time to talk to me instead. I offer professional blogs, email marketing, product descriptions, website content, and anything else that you need written up. Contact me on LinkedIn or on my website at richardhagan.com to set up a quick and easy call. I'd love to hear from you. All of my details are in the description. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you next week.